Alright, today in the workshop I'm having a little bit of a play. I've taken an awful lot of gizmos off the boat. It had more decorations on it than a Christmas tree does. And I didn't want loads of electronics or anything like that. I've kept the boat very, very simple. You're less likely to get targeted by sticky finger mob. But something I would quite like is Fish Finder. Well, they're quite expensive. And I didn't want to go to that expense. I just want something cheap and simple. And you can quite often pick up just the head units and adapt them for your own use. If you just want something basic and simple, 10-to-1 virtually any transducer will work with a simple echo sounder, Fish Finder rather. If it's under 200 megacycles, practically any transducer. Experts will tell you differently, but well, the net's full of them. But you can't go the other way. You can't go from a high-end Fish Finder with all the gizmos and other facilities. You need a transducer that is matched impedance correctly, especially for short, shallow, high definition, sideways scan, forward scan, all this sort of thing, temperature, speed. But I'm not into that. So you can pick up, as I say, not always, but pretty much on eBay, most months you can pick up just a head of a Fish Finder, GPS, radio, you name it, because it hasn't got all the bits with it. You get these clowns that boats always seem to go to the wrong people. You get these clowns that sell a boat and then they immediately take bits off of it and try and sell it to make more money. It's sort of diddy-coy attitude, you know. But they're pretty stupid because they invariably leave the brackets or power leads or cables, transducer, airwood, whatever, on the boat. They've sold the boat. So the poor old bloke who's got the boat, he hasn't all got a complete boat. A bit like buying a car and find you've got to buy a set of wheels, you know. And the bloke who's selling it is not going to get a good price for it because he can't show it working. He says, oh yeah, it worked fine on the boat. But unless you've got that exact same one, it ain't going to be any good to you. And if you look up separate prices for plugs, sockets, all this sort of thing, it's going to cost a blinking fortune. And most people steer away from it. But it doesn't bother me. So I bought a job lot Fish Finders. I bought an Eagle Fish ID. Here it is. Fish ID. No brackets, no power lead, nothing. But it did have a box. It did have a couple of things that put it on a bracket, so we can soon make up a bracket, can't we? It's 126 megs, I think. Kilocycles, I beg your pardon. So I've got a couple of transducers on the boat, they'll be alright. It's got a manual, not that you need that. Looking in here, so I've had a quick look, the receipt there, look. £149.95, and that was 9th to the 5th, 02, look. Okay, well I got this job lot, as I say, and I got a Piranha Max 10 Hummingbird with a smash screen for £2 95p plus postage. I think it was £4. So I got them for under a fiver. Ridiculous, isn't it? Absolutely ridiculous. So to buy all these plugs and sockets, as I say, cost a fortune. Well, this is a relatively simple one. I like simple. And we got 4 pins there. Can you see it? Have I got my light on? Yeah, 4 pins. So that's not going to be too difficult to suss out, is it? 2 of them will be for power, and 2 will be for the transducer. As I say, I've got a couple of transducers already in the boat. They'll work fine, I know they will. So we can either sort out a schematic to find out what pins are what, but it's not that blinking difficult. It's not rocket science, is it, guys? Two of them will be power, and the blurb says it's got reverse protection polarity protection, blah blah, which means it's got an idiot diode in. So using our trusty multimeter, okay, we go on ohms and we find out which two have got a resistance, albeit very high, one way, and even higher the opposite if I turn the leads over. So we've found the one that does the power, okay, and it's those two on the right in this case. So that means the other two are for the transducer. It's logical, right? Simple. So we worked out which is which. We found out that the one on the transducer, one of them has a high reading to the other two, which means that's the earthy end. Screen, shield, call it what you will. The other end is the centre of the coax. So we've sussed out our connections. So are we going to make a connection to them? Because I haven't got that plug, have I? Well, I've got me trusty little power source here. Let's switch that on. And I found a little tip you might like. Let's bring this round here, might help you. Don't know, zoom in a bit. Yeah, it might work, might not work. All I've got is some flex, and I've chopped the flex, and I've got a small pin, and I pushed the pin right down the end of the flex. So we've got a little hole there, so with a bit of luck, we've determined which one's what. We can push that. Watch what I'm doing. Onto there. Okay? You take the negative one. Push that on there. That'll hold on just for now, with a bit of luck. I don't knock them off. Right, we'll switch my power source on. We'll wind it up to about 12 volts, just there. Okay. Now, if I'm right, it went click, and here we come. Don't know if the camera shows that, but this is. Let's go to the menu. ID, track, auto, chart speed, fish alarm, shallow alarm, backlight, feet meters, backlight, simulation. Let's go up to that one. Click. Okay, so now going along, we're doing a simulated display because I'm not on the boat and it's not connected. But as you can see, this one works absolutely fine. So I'm over the moon about this. So all we got to do now is make a pucker plug and socket, and for the back here, simple enough to take some old sockets apart and find something that fits nice, or hot wire it on, whatever you want to do. So that represents a super bargain. So we'll make up a little bracket. I think I'll make it out of Perspex. I like Perspex and it doesn't rot, does it? So that's that one. And turn that down and off. The Prana, I think the screen, I don't think it's all smashed up. I think it's a protective screen. We'll have a look at that as well. We might as well see if we got them. And we'll see if we're going to win. I think I will, don't you? I've cut a piece of Perspex about 1.25 inches wide, 3/8 thick, and drilled a hole in one end. The size is long and that size is big enough to take the turn screws at the end. And then with a needle flame, I've bent the Perspex into a C shape, as you can see here. The front of the Hummingbird can just be prized off, and that leaves the Benzel with the broken glass, as you can see. For a replacement screen, I'm going to use the lid of an old CD case. now we've got our fascia off, we can actually see the glass has got to come out. And the only way you can do this is, you know, you can easily break this. So to avoid that, get a small screwdriver and go in from the back and just watch this as it goes round. If you go in there and just twist slightly, you can see that run along. Just keep going along. Keep going along. I don't know if the camera picks this up, but what we're doing is separating this from the fascia. And if we can get it out all whole, carefully, then we will have a then we'll have a template for cutting our new glass. Just keep going round. Takes a little while. Don't know how well this, yes it does show. This shows, just keep going round. There we go. We're coming. I don't want to break it. It's wanted. But it's like all these things, not easy to do in front of the camera, but there it is, it's out. Okay, now that dropped in there, I've got my template and that's exactly the right thickness. This morning, while I've been doing this video, postman come again. I've forgotten, I've got another one. This one's a Lawrence. And this one, 99p plus £4 postage. Now you're probably saying to yourself, why does this guy call himself poor old chap? He should be a rich old sod. Well, I'll let you work that one out, and when you find the right answer, can you let me know? Thanks for watching.